Yep. Alright, you want to introduce the players, Mr. Zom?
I'll introduce. Spawning up in our top left, we have Esque, our blue Zerg, who is doing this game with it all on the line. So no pressure there, Esque. And spawning down in our bottom left, we have the red Protoss, Battletoast. Now, both these are pretty strong players, both of them they are. And I'm pretty excited to be watching this game. I've seen Battletoast play a couple of times. In fact, I think I was the one that tested him out for the clan, which is pretty cool. So I'm excited to be casting over, see what's happening, see how he plays these days, especially against the Zerg, because I am a Zerg as well. And it's always fun to watch another Zerg player, so you can refine your own builds, see how they do it, maybe change what you do a little bit to mix match and do more, I guess, efficient things with timing. Had a bit of an extractor trick here from the Zerg. I've been trying to sway away from it recently. Mainly because I became super dependent on the extractor trick. I find a lot of people become dependent on, they do their scout timings off it, they do all sorts of different timings and that, which can sort of mess you up if you're unable to do that in games, like when you change your matchups and that sort of thing. But I got nothing against the double extractor trick, especially if it's done correctly. It can give you that small bit of population boost that you may require to win the game. So we've got both players playing pretty standardly. I'll be expecting to see either a Forge, maybe a 1 gate expand here from Battletoast. Esque, I'll be expecting to react to the fast expand sort of positioning with probably a 3 base roach play, or maybe 2 base muta pressure, some sort of more macro intensive game. You don't really see too many rushes from a ZVP standpoint unless the Protoss initiates it. If a Protoss is walled up with a Forge and whatnot, it's very difficult for a Zerg to, well, I guess, put on a whole heap of really early pressure. But it is definitely doable with a Bailing Bust and such. Now we see a Gateway and a Forge coming down from Battletoast, which means we're probably going to be seeing a mid-related game. I'd be leaning probably towards some sort of 7-gate play. I definitely would be expecting some sort of, probably, these 2 gases standing in my position. It's definitely going to be some sort of early pressure game. We're going to be seeing a 7-gate. I'm going to put my money on a 7-gate. Probably attacking about the 8-minute mark. If it isn't a 7-gate, I'd be expecting some sort of robo play. We have a drone here, or a probe here, sorry, scouting to see just what Battletoast decides to do with this information. Now Battletoast has decided to get his gas. This could be for one of 2 reasons. He could be getting the 100 gas for the speedlings and taking them all out to chuck them into here. Or he could be probably going for a Baneling Bust or fast roaches. Kind of expecting him to pull some workers from his main, probably 6 or so, even up those mineral lines so that your hatches and whatnot can, I guess, produce units evenly. This sort of link play is not, I guess, it's not unusual. You'd be expecting to see that sort of thing at this point of the game. Taking down the scout probe, which is what some Zergs do prefer to do when they're trying to take a 3rd base. They don't like that Protoss knowing about it. So we've got the speedlings being researched right now. We still have all 3. Oh, we've only got 2 in gas. With the only 2 in gas, I'd be expecting either some sort of Baneling play or a fast lair transitioning into roaches with some speedlings. Now, goal on the gas there, I don't think that's a smart play, because either way, Protoss isn't going to have a whole heap to do it. You know he's going to have a few in it, and any sort of 4-gate timing is pretty much null because of the early expansion. So, in all honesty, this Overlord, it has perfect vision. You'd be able to see the 2 gas being taken, so you would know about some sort of early attack. There's no Overlord scouting in now. Unfortunately, he's coming a bit early, so he's going to miss any information coming up with any extra gateways being chucked on. You probably want to wait an extra minute and a half if you want to get all that juicy scouting. The roach warren has been chucked down. We've got 6 roaches on the way. It's going to be a very fast attack. However, unless it's done correctly, I don't see this attack being all too effective. With a sentry up and another one on the way, and he's going to be able to wall. Battletoast is going to be able to wall this off pretty easily. I'd be wanting to see some sort of lair tech come out of Esque, maybe a 3rd base. I mean, 2 base Zerg versus 2 base Protoss. You got to be really, really hoping that your first attack can do a lot of damage. Take out that natural at least. We'll be able to get a link run by to do some damage here in the main. So I'm not feeling too confident now about Esque's build. He started going for a Baneling Nest now down in the natural. Now this could increase the chances, but he's doing a very, very gas-heavy build with only 2 sizes. So he's going to have to spend this very, very wisely. Currently he's only got about 7 to 8 roaches. If we look in the unit counting station, we'll see that he has 8 roaches with another 4 on the way. So that's going to bring his total up to 12 roaches. And he's got 18. That it's going to be a close fight. Let's just leave it at that. We have additional gateways coming down now. We have 7 gates and a robo bay. So we'll probably be seeing some sort of sentry, immortal, and either stalker or probably zealot play. With all 4 gas guys are taken, would you like to chime in there?
Yes, I'm sorry, I am back. I was just going to say, this looks like especially with those extra 3 sentries, it looks like the sentry immortal push to me.
Definitely. I don't think this roach push is going to be effective at all. I mean, literally this build completely counters 2 base play. F needs to put down a 3rd or he's going to transition into dead.
However, if Toast misses his force field, which I do think unlikely with the redonkulous amount of sentries there are, the Banelings might distract him from the roaches, but they're not going to do much more than that, I don't think.
Very much so. You could have this duel all day long.
And
see force fields go down, only our Banelings got through. With this attack being pushed back, the question is he going to invest everything he's got into trying to break this wall down? But with Battletoast knowing it's out there, I don't think he'll be able to.
Well, I think he has to make up his mind extremely quickly, as he is behind in workers, which is not something you can say often in a PvZ. But it's
We've
there.
also got a proxy pylon going up now for Battletoast, possibly a counter-attack. So Zerg's pulled back, but his 3rd's gone down extremely late. He should have put that down when he went for the assault.
I'd have to agree, and
far behind.
Battletoast is moving out right now. Should be following that War Prism, unless that's going for harass. I mean, normally I get no, okay, yep, he's using it to use Warpins instead of a proxy pylon.
That's pretty good, and he's completely walled off his base now with pylons and whatnot.
He has, however, he is going to have to... No, he's not. That's a bunch of overlords. Never mind. I'm saying he has to fight here, but he has supply blocked the Zerg actually majorly here, which is going to be an even large problem.
I agree. I mean, this is not looking good for him.
No, I think your assessment is correct. He's probably going to transition into dead, especially because those 2 spine crawlers are not even halfway done. He's not going to have upgrades from the 0-0. Yeah, exactly. Here comes a warp in into the main, while he pushes down the front door. Oh, never mind, the warp is
the Queen has
back.
pushed
However, he is going to shove in the front door.
He definitely has enough to take out that front door. I mean, it's not very often you see some sort of sentry like this. I mean, there are 11
Oh, the force fields! Oh, look at the damn force field!
Damn force field!
I think that right there is the game. I think what Esque was hoping for was that he would run up and try and run straight through the front door and he could sandwich it. But that failed. And his army's just gone down. There's another 3 spines on the way, but they're going to be far too late, I feel.
5 spine calls does not kill 3 immortals.
No. And now the warp in the main is going to occur. In an
Yeah,
attempt
that
to
queen's
draw
not
him
going to be
back.
able to get there this time.
No, and he's going to force his way up here, I think. It's going to be... It doesn't look like there's much he can do here, unfortunately.
He has walled himself in with those force fields. He's going to have to wait for a bit, but I don't think that's going to be the saving grace.
No,
Protoss army could literally A-move, I think. It's just not enough.
and there's not even a move.
Not often you see us surround with Protoss units. Oh my god.
There we go. Wow.
Alrighty. Well, I'll introduce the top player. Spawning up in our top left, we have Battletoast, the blue Protoss. Currently up 1 game against our Zerg player Esque.
Indeed, and down in the right is said Zerg player. Our red Zerg, it is Esque.
I think the last game showed a bit of a misdecision there by Esque, which hopefully can be, I guess, rethought over for this game. We can see some sort of 3-base play against the 2-base Protoss, as it looks like he'll be doing the same sort of build this time from Battletoast.
I would certainly agree. I mean, if you're Zerg and you're going to try a 2-base play versus Protoss, you want to make sure you kill them with it. Because if you don't, it's going to be very, very dicey and you're going to be in a very, very bad position.
Indeed.
So
Generally,
now it's a
when I'm
3-way,
working with
guys.
Protoss and I'm trying to do 2-base play. Ooh. Popping my chip. Generally, I try to kill that Protoss before the 9-minute mark if I'm 2-base playing. Otherwise, they'll just have too much economy over me. And I have to pretty much GG out.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's why I always think, you know, whenever I watch a Zerg going for a 2-base play, they have to, I think, really know what they're doing. They have to be doing a particular build that they really know, otherwise they're going to run into all sorts of problems, especially if there's 8 sentries out like last time.
That's a lot of sentries. A lot of tickles.
It was either 6 or 8 sentries, and the Baneling bust.
No, it was 11 sentries.
Oh, was it?
Nothing was getting up there. It was infinite.
Nexus first. Nexus first. It's coming. Oh, it's
That's what he
blocked.
was trying to do last game, but it looks like it's being shut
The
down
drone
this
is...
time.
Oh! That is
It must be coming gas geyser.
drone, I have to say.
It's gonna die.
Will he get away?
Oh.
Oh. Put him on control 0 and make him into a lair. Because that drone earned was cake.
Ben, welcome to mine and Zom's games. This always happens. Once a game, something ends up on like 0 hit points, yet still lives.
Those medivacs, man. One hit.
Oh my, that was
Both of them.
ridiculous. That was just silly. Really was. Oh.
I got the
Same
front.
Forge and Gateway now.
I like that.
Well, I was gonna say that's how I wall off normally, although on this map I probably would have gone for Cybercore instead of the pylon, considering
Oh, he might still do that.
There does cover everything. Well, he could, but eh. Anyway, we do have the 3rd hatch here from S. The customary 4 wings popping out. Yes, we're going to see some of a macro game, I think, now, instead of a 2-base.
Oh, the probe.
From him, anyway.
It's found.
That probe in the main was discovered.
Yum 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 yum. Ling feeding time.
Num num probe, num num.
Little known fact, lings can feast on both flesh and metal.
Oh. That's actually... Now, here's a question for you. Do they bite or do they scratch? Because remember, it's like melee upgrade. Melee implies they're hitting something, not biting it. So,
Well, when I think of a ling, I think of them as like a sort of back to front, you know, scorpion. They got the 2 scorpion pincers on their shoulders, I guess.
so what you're saying?
And they sort of like a
spin
crab.
things into submission.
Yeah, I picture them to be like a crab, and they like pincer you and try to eat you with that pincered part.
I thought they were like giant dogs.
It's like, yeah, like a giant dog that had, you know, good times with a crab, and this is like a dog crab.
Oh god. But
I mean, we
I
look at
think
them.
Ben actually might be, well, judging from the cinematics anyway, they're basically supposed to be, I think, giant dogs with crab arms.
I mean, look at their profile picture.
Yeah.
Well, they do look
Looks like
very
a crab
doggy,
to
but
me.
how many dogs do you know that have large pincers? And if you do know one, how much do you want for it?
I had my own little Zugly.
That'd be a good cosplay. Just like dress up your dog as a Zergling.
Oh my.
Well, this Overlord is scouting the main, and he's seeing a whole lot of nothing. Because there's nothing there. At all. Besides the power.
Early.
And workers. There is workers.
Overlord in at the 8 to 9 minute mark. Never earlier. He is being tickled to death. That reminds me of being
Tickle him. Why else we tickled twice?
tickling you, and suddenly you exploded into a ball of puff.
You well, looks to me like Battletoast is going for the same thing. An extra 3 games thrown down there. The Robo is already there with an Immortal 3/4 done. +1 is nearly done. We should see +1 armor coming up very shortly. However, this time I think Esque is in a better position to combat the push.
Well, he doesn't have speed link yet, and it's 8 minutes.
Yeah, speed's on the way, but it's not done yet. Oh, banging.
Should be done. Well, here comes the Baneling nest again.
Ah, Baneling Nest against Sentry. You're gonna be better off with roaches.
If he gets Barrow, it'd be
He's
good.
seen the Sentry, he's seen the Immortal. Yeah, burrowed. But the issue is with when you burrow against the Protoss that you know is going Immortals, they're going to have at least one observer with their army. So it's very risky to try to burrow.
Not all the time.
Yeah, if they're doing a really quick push, they'll
Not
have
all the
time.
time, we will catch some
Well,
off.
Yeah, well, like, if they're doing this push, they might get one, but it'll be in the Zergs and Aphel, probably.
Because he's going to push out this Immortal.
Yeah.
3 Immortals, 7 Sentries on the field versus 47 Link.
He's going to have to chrono the crap out of that upgrade, though, which he can. He has enough chrono to do it.
Definitely looks like a repeat of the last game. That Overlord, where is he going?
So he's dead.
He has, however, missed... Oh, the army came back. They missed the army, but the army decided to conveniently show itself, so, he does now have the timing to push.
He really needs to force out these force fields early.
Yeah.
That's what Esque needs to do.
He's once again locked his main base up. And doing that warping of 3 Stalkers. Looks like an identical build. I think we have a Zerg build here for any Protoss. Although with all the units on the field...
The problem for Esque, like, he really should be engaging this early. He shouldn't let it get to his base and then engage it, because then the force fields are, like, really good. He wants to get them out early. Get rid of the force fields.
He needs to do similar to what a he needs to employ something similar to what a Protoss has to do versus a Terran. That's 1-1-1-ing. Try and force out siege ops early.
Yeah, you don't want to be in your base force field.
S can hold off this attack.
Well, he is building up the roaches. The roach count as well.
Those Lings are in the wrong position. They're all the way over at the 4th. This 3rd's going down.
He's got a sacrifice.
That unfortunate roach that was left behind a bit, like, oh hey guys, what's going on?
What is he doing? Seriously, why is his lings and blings out there? They're nowhere close.
What is... I think he's trying to do what he tried to do last. This is what he tried to do last time, Ben. I don't know if you saw it, but he had the Lings and Banelings off to one side, hoping that he would run straight into his straight the front door, which is
There are tons
of sandwiches.
One yellow. This is not enough, and with those Lings going in first, those Banlings wouldn't make it there in a million years.
Oh my
There's too many sentries, so what he's trying to do there?
Force fields are amazing.
That's it. That's game. Nothing he can do.
Yeah, the key, like, to holding that off a lot of the time is to force the force field away from the base. Just when they push out, just get your lings and attack them. Don't tackle everything, just a few. Just force those force fields when they don't want to use them. Because that army can't fight lings. It's only the force fields which will let them do it. And the more you delay that push, with the force field energy getting wasted, the less basically good it is. But the only thing that concerns me in that game, what's the supply difference? How did Escon's free base have a smaller supply than Battletoast when the push came?
It's certainly a good question. Perhaps you can answer that, Zom. Being the resident Zergy here.
So poor Chilla, he's going to come third in this group. Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's certainly unfortunate.
Alright. So apparently everyone on the stream heard the fireworks go off here. Well, there's fireworks next door. I had the mic muted, but obviously my webcam picks up sound too and it comes through to the stream. So I'll have to turn that off.
That.
So you actually, everyone's probably hearing me twice. Is everyone hearing me twice in the stream?
Oh my gosh.
You're back. I thought you just hated me and ignored my question. That's okay.
By the way, Ducky, you need to accept.
Sorry about that. What did I miss?
So I do. Much apologies.
That's alright, man. Alright, let's go. So this will decide our final group stage bracket play order.
Yeah.
And of course it was destined that Chilla came third because I'm pretty sure that means I have Protoss all through my side of the bracket.
Hey, well, you know what? I have to play Protoss as well. I have to play Vulcan.
Ooh.
Which I'm not looking forward to because I was actually preparing for Zom.
Actually, that's what we'll do next, guys. We will actually go through the brackets because I have them in an Excel file. So, and
I would like to know who I'm playing.
yeah, alright, we'll go through
Very
that.
late go for Battletoast.
Okay, who wants to choose the players? Who wants to choose Battletoast?
Down here in the bottom right, we have our red Protoss winning that last set 2-0. He needs to win again if he wants to top his group. It is Battletoast.
And spawning up in the top left, we have the blue Zerg Esque, who is currently down 2 games, but all Zergy Zergs can do a lot of damage and just win.
This is a 2-base all-in map for Protoss and Zerg. I mean, I'm looking at the map. The third here is quite hard to be safe in, because you got that big area leading into your natural, which you're gonna have a wall off at near your ramp, most likely. Your third then is totally undefended from 3 angles in. So
I'm always tempted to make the gold base my third,
that's
just as unprotected as the normal third, but
yeah.
it's a gold base, so why not?
Actually, it's probably
It's actually a very good point. I actually hadn't thought of that.
you could actually defend that easier as a Protoss probably.
Actually,
Pile on the top. You're already
Yeah,
defending
yeah.
from the other side because it's your area, so
Huh?
why not?
well, I mean, if you remember from Tuesday Night Zone, the first thing I pointed out on this map in a Zerg game is look at all the space for a run by in that third bay. There's all the ramps and they're all huge. So
I guess you could wall off.
Now we've
across
been
it.
seeing a lot of. That's a pretty big area to wall off, though.
It's interesting because we're really getting to see, like, learn these maps as you play them, which is never a bad thing. It's always good to have some sort of variation. And is Battletoast about to be supply blocked? He is. What?
yes, but I think he's doing it intentionally. It's something that is, well, I know I do it intentionally.
Why?
With a Forge Fast experiment for a small period of time, just to make sure that you get all your buildings up.
But if you're fast expanding, like your Nexus is first, right? Why Nexus first if you're just going to delay your economy anyway?
Well, you do get all the buildings up faster if you do a Nexus first. But I mean, like, if I don't Nexus first, I do intentionally supply block myself. If I don't do it,
I think the same way.
Oh,
if I do, yo,
that's awesome. That is awesome.
that is.
It's also going to be one of the last places that you'd think to scout as well, because you're going to be going, well, who's going to be trying to take a third base?
Well,
goal?
except for anyone who's watching the stream now, because we all just said that's a good idea, let's do that.
Exactly.
Oh, damn, I should have waited until after I won the tournament to say.
I don't think this map is used again, man, unfortunately. But
Oh, it is. It's in the map pool too.
one thing. Oh, lovely.
Once again, that early Overlord in the base. Get that Overlord out of the base.
Now, something Battletoast could be tricked here, because he has his probe sitting at the normal third, and of course there's no hatch.
Yeah.
So he could very well think that there's some sort of a two-base play coming again.
And you know what I would do if I was Esque?
Obviously there's not.
I would enhance that by using my links to take out that probe. To try and make it look like I'm trying to take it, and take a.
I mean,
And take a drain there.
he's got to know.
Make it look like you want to
He's
take
got
it.
to know that it's there.
And look,
Let's see
you,
what sort of play he decides to go with after taking that third as a goal.
there's a second cannon. There's a sentry coming
He
out.
just goes.
The second cannon is a bit unusual.
Ooh, he thinks it's all in.
Yeah, he
Again,
definitely thinks
personally-
it's a two-base play.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I mean, the sentries I don't find abnormal. I mean, again, then maybe that's just me, but I get at least
But he-
3 sentries, even if I'm not really...
Yes, but he's delayed his +1 attack for it.
That is true. I actually hadn't spotted that, so yeah. That's very true.
This is really
One
good
of
for
the first
Esque.
games where Esque has actually had an advantage straight up. Let's just hope he actually transitions correctly and plays it properly.
Yeah. Now he has
If he
seen that
tries to do
probe
the
sitting
same
in the
build
third.
last time.
But yeah, he has seen that probe in his third now, so hopefully he'll send something to kill it. Even, you know, a couple of lings would be just fine.
It's on the move.
Oh, and a good
That
old put.
probe finds the
Overlord.
No.
the old build, the pylon underneath the Overlord build. Yep.
I was gonna say, he must think he's playing you, man. Everyone seems to do that versus you.
It's alright, he can't see the
What was
Overlord.
that? It's like, really?
He can't see the Overlord, so he doesn't know that it's in pure sight.
Well, he's gonna
Yeah,
know
but there's
now
a big
since
satellite
he-
dish. We have an observer. Curiously taking the middle path.
That observer is not even going to the third.
No, he's trying to see what all in it is.
Game breaking.
And he's gonna go in there and go,
no,
what the hell?
Oh yeah.
Taking a third now for Battletoast. The most disappointing part about this is he isn't saturating that gold base. He's gone to the effort, he's gotten the secret gold base, and instead he's saturated his natural. Not even saturated. Those two bases that he has in his main area, not saturated.
Well, he's only got 38.
4 workers down to the...
He's got 38 workers.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
it.
about to point that out, Ben. He has 38 workers to 50 probes. I mean,
He
if
doesn't
he
have
leaves,
enough workers.
if he leaves Battletoast alone for much longer,
It's
Battletoast is
just his
gonna be
larvae.
maximum worker count. It's gonna be a maximum worker count, and he's just gonna look, and yeah, he's just gonna pull ahead.
Oh look,
He's already
he's walled off.
there at the third.
Exactly what I was talking about. It's not that big of a wall off.
That's 3. Actually,
Yeah,
that's pretty
3
much.
gate.
That's actually a standard. That's a standard.
Yeah, 3 gateways,
third base
4
wall.
down.
3 gate cannon, maybe 2 cannons if you're worried about it.
Yeah, that's
At
it's
this
not
point,
too
that's
bad.
not that much of an investment. So save your third base and all
Oh, that is not smart. That was not smart.
that.
That's
less
a big
than
loss. He's still not building
Now-
any more workers.
I'd like to put out something extremely interesting, guys. Battletoast is 300 minerals in front income.
That's
Yet.
extremely unusual for the...
Yet, especially considering we have a gold base that the Zerg took at his third.
What was the worker count,
And
man?
he's still 300 minerals behind.
And now he's taking a fourth
Oh,
base,
exactly.
and none of his bases have been saturated. He's sending workers from the third up to his natural. I have great problems with this.
I don't understand.
I think he's realised now.
The bad
Here we
is
go.
it's gonna be at
Here
a
we
point
go.
where he's gonna scout that third, he sees the creep.
He's seen the creep and he's gonna go, oh look, they've hardly been mined at all. What?
Yeah.
Oh, all the drone.
Oh, he's gonna force it around.
He's playing ring around the rosy with these drones.
He's
Yes, he is, and he's gonna take out this main Battletoast's supply block, though.
Yeah. Oh, the Queen killed the
Oh,
sentry.
right.
From the 3 warp gates up the top and the main.
Oh wow, and this
Oh,
Queen's got a sentry.
Sentry, unnecessary.
Wow.
Oh, that pickup on that sentry was actually very good, but yes, that Artosis pylon destroyed that attack. It really did.
And looks like Bowser's gonna move out.
Still
Is he?
alive.
He's a Colossi now.
He'll wait
He
for
needs
range.
to
at the very
transition into
least.
some sort of corruptor play now, otherwise this game's going to be over very soon. You cannot battle Colossi without corruptors.
No. Does have the Infestor Pit on the way, plus 2 range attack along the
Well, we have an engagement here, and that is right. Travis gonna get
This
smashed.
engagement's not going to go very well.
Falls back just in time.
That is a
Very
very
range
good
is now done though.
That War Prism's trying to harass the gold base, but
We got Lings into the
Queen
third.
has already seen it. A massive War Prism stalk. That gold base is surely going to go down now. It's a pity, because it's hardly been mined.
Yeah, I really missed a trick.
War prisms in the main. War prisms in the main, actually. Hasn't warped anything in yet, because Toast is again the supply block. This is becoming a major issue for him here. He's making 2
Esque has
pylons
maxed out, but he doesn't have the economy to rematch after it. A pure roach army's not going to be enough to take out that army. Sentry's just going to trap after it.
Yeah, he should have abandoned the base. He needs...
I think perhaps there was a bit of a premature shielding there from the top.
He's got so many sentries though.
Esque needs some luck at the moment, and that's going to help him out.
We can't just go roaches.
He
You need to do
needs to stop
something.
trying to engage his army.
He needs to wait for his upgrade. He's not waiting.
Oh no! Esque, what are you doing?
Well, with the upgrades now done, but his army's half dead. So, it's,
oh my gosh.
Pathogen glands is on the way, but we don't have any infestors on the way. There are 6 corruptors, however, coming now.
It's too late.
He needs to pull back to his base and remap. If he tries to engage this army, he tried to engage it with a maxed out army and lost 80 supply. He needs to fall back and remax.
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't have anything else with that army.
Oh, he already has one. Never mind.
Like, you can't just go roach.
He needs infestors or corruptors or something. I mean, he has the infestorship, and he's gotten pathogen glands, but unless I'm mistaken, there are no infestors on the field.
There are no
I feel it's a
on the field.
mistake.
The other thing is, he reacted to the warp prism with and spine crawler after it flew away. He's gonna lose
And now
a lot here. His workers should be going back to work already.
the drone count is now at 41 to 75 probes, and where are those drones going?
They've been recruited into the Michelin, or Michelin, yeah, Michelin. They've decided to go fight militia, thank you. Still a pure roach army. Where are these corruptors that were made?
I don't understand. What is he doing? He's throwing this away.
The army did not need to be there. Those workers wishing they were still at the farm. Little House on the Prairie has never seen more attractive now.
Well, you know, I think he's let the Protoss here just get up his death ball. He has 4 Colossi, he has a Templar Archives completed, Storm's nearly done, and Dark Shrine's on the way. Jeez, everything's coming out here. If he doesn't do something,
10 corruptors, I can only find...
I don't know, where are the...
The other 6 are hiding where that warp prism used to be, but that's not where they need to be. Stop engaging this army! What are you doing? Oh my gosh, this is not going well for Ed. Had the team thrown down.